Hey, it's Glenda with Knitting Ninja. I just wanted to show you what I'm working on. This is called pooling, and I know that you've seen it. I think it is the most gorgeous thing ever because I love argyle, and I am doing a simple scarf at this point. And this is literally my first attempt. I am going to put in the description below the link of the person, I think it's Marley Bird, who taught this, and this is how well she taught. I am really amazed by how, I wouldn't say easy, but how concise and thorough at the same time her instructions are. And I think that if you really want to do this, it's not that difficult. Just make sure you get, if you're going to use her particular tutorial, you need to look at the list of approved yarns. I think it's all Red Heart because Red Heart sponsored this, I believe, but no big deal. Red Heart is pretty much generally everywhere. And get the colors that she recommends, because otherwise then you're going to have to do your own figuring out. And if you're doing this for the first time, I wouldn't recommend that, not at all. Not at all. And especially if you're a beginning crocheter, stop this right now. You don't want to do this. It is not difficult per se, and let me explain that. I have always talked in my tutorials in either knitting or crocheting about your tension, keeping it even and figuring out how to control it, how do you hold your yarn, all this. Really, I think that's useful information because then the project that you're working on will look nice. This actually is contrary to everything that you have heard on any tutorial, in that sometimes you're having to loosen your tension, I mean really loose, and then other times tight, and you're thinking, well, it looks pretty good, and you don't really notice the tension variations. But as I said, at the beginning crocheter, I wouldn't be watching this because I'm telling you something that don't do when you're just learning how to crochet. So I think that's what the most difficult part about learning this is. You know, you'll be working a row and you've got to line it up. I'm not going to show you how to do that because that is the, she does it so well. Marley Bird does it so well that I'm not even going to try to go there. I'm just trying to show it off because I think this is so neat and you need to learn how to do it. If you're afraid to do it, because I sure was, don't be. Just go ahead and be aware that you may be, you will be backing up and you will be learning new techniques as far as, you know, how to, get rid of extra color because you want to line it up, or how to make it stretch a little. I've done both of those techniques here. Let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, that was one of them where I actually had to slip stitch into the same stitch in order to eat up some color. And that's how she describes it too. And you're thinking, what? Anyway, basically this is just an advert for that, for that particular tutorial, because I find it's wonderful because I'm so delighted with my results as they are. I mean, it's not perfect and it's like, you know, as I said, I got some stitches here that I don't know what I was doing. I think I was actually crocheting into the stitch, which I'm so, you know, you're automated, you go on automatic, and you really can't do that whenever you're working on this. You kind of have to pay attention, and but it's really addicting. And whenever you start seeing results, I personally did not start seeing the pattern until I was about this far along, because thinking I was doing it wrong, but I thought, you know, let's go ahead and I'm doing everything she told me to do. Let's go ahead and do this, and I'll be darned, here we are. So anyway, if you've been thinking about learning how to pool, go ahead, do it. Again, I'm putting the link in the description, and go and see this because I'm going to be working on, I think, several projects now. It moves along. I just started this last night, so you can see it moves along quickly once you get the feel of it, and it's so worth learning how to do. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.